snow here in Muskegon as well, and we're seeing some heavy snow there. But even as mentioned here in Buffalo, I have to mention this, we've had thunder snow being reported here, 1 mile visibility, so Mike is missing it by not much.
No.
So it's just to his north where we're seeing that, but the band is forecast to maybe drift a little bit farther south. So the good news is for him, wanting thunder snow, he may indeed see that. But notice, Nick, on this, what's interesting is now we're seeing the band start to fill in here in the central part of Lake Erie. Earlier, it was over here, it was over here. Now it's becoming this large band of snow heading right up towards the Buffalo area. Erie, it's just a matter of time that it moves into your area.
So a lot more here, and even inland too, we're seeing it.
Okay, and look at this. We're seeing the thunder.
There's the thunder snow.
Just amazing.
Yeah,
29 degrees. It's cold. Temperatures are dropping there, but again, the air above it is much colder, so it will continue to rise. All right, so we're looking at right now the wind direction from the southwest. Now, Nick, we're going to forecast this out in time, and notice the wind direction. Look at it by 2 o'clock in the morning.
Still just the same fetch across to Lake Erie.
And also want to point out Lake Ontario. We haven't mentioned too much about that we will continue to see persistent bands as well with the wind direction, again, looking southwest into the Tug Hill with heavy snow expected.
A lot more snow to come. All right. Thanks, Kim. Kelly, back to you.
Thanks so much, guys. We want to check in now with NBC's Jay Gray, who's tracking the relentless Arctic air in St. Louis tonight. Jay, you look cold out there. Only 21 degrees. I don't think your high got above the freezing mark today in St. Louis.
No, it did not, and looks are not deceiving, Kelly. It is chilly up here on the roof in St. Louis. The wind has died down a little bit, so that's been a bit of a break, but we know it's coming right back. And look, they saw 2 to 3 inches of snow overnight last night in the St. Louis area and the suburbs. Today, a few flurries, but nothing too much as far as precipitation was concerned. But that temperature just continued to drop and drop. Here locally, they expect to get down to 12, 11 degrees. The same in the suburbs, and the wind chill is expected to be in the single digits. In fact, it already has been throughout the evening here. So very cold. And the same thing so many other people are saying when you talk to them on the streets here in St. Louis. Hey, it's not even Thanksgiving yet, and we're already bundled up. We already have this white stuff on the ground. What's wrong with the calendar? What's wrong with Mother Nature? They say they're not ready to start winter just yet. The good news is it looks like, at least in this area, they may get a break come the end of the week. We could see it back in the 40s by Thursday, Friday, and a lot of people looking very forward to that right now. Kelly, back to you.
Woohoo, 40s. All right, Jay Gray reporting live from St. Louis. Thank you so much. I know 30 degrees below average for this time of the year. Well, a significant lake effect snow event is in the making. Some places will be measuring that snow in feet instead of inches. Up next, what areas will get hit the hardest? Plus, not exactly sure what lake effect snow is. We're going to break it down for you straight ahead.
Currently in our area, 80 degrees under cloudy skies. Tonight, late-night thunderstorms, low 71. Winds light and variable. Chance of rain, 40%. Tuesday, cloudy with occasional rain showers. High 71. Chance of rain, 60%. Tuesday night, showers early. Low 59. Winds north at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Chance of rain, 40%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
What are you doing?
The dishes are clean. Just gotta scrape the rest of the food off them.
Ew. Dish issues? Cascade Platinum powers through your toughest messes better than the competition the first time. Cascade, now that's clean.
At Pep Boys, we've got big holiday deals going on right now. Like a Touring 2-ton jack for only $10, or an electric razor scooter for just $99. And when you buy 3 select tires, you get the 4th free instantly. Trust the boys to get you there.
When he first joined the Army, I was very nervous.
We didn't know what they would have them doing. But Bobby always had a plan.
With unmatched training in over 150 careers beyond the battlefield, there are over 150 surprising ways to become Army strong. Talk to your son or daughter about opportunities in the Army.
If you have high blood pressure like I do, many cold medicines may raise your blood pressure. That's why there's Coricidin HBP. It relieves cold symptoms without raising blood pressure. So look for powerful cold medicine with the heart, Coricidin HBP.
There's a place where the sky is always blue. And the kids always eat their vegetables. Because the salad there is always served with the original Hidden Valley Ranch.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You're covered, Kevin.
Blah, blah, insurance. Person, come help.
Hey, Grandma. 6 callers ahead of us, Jimmy.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. There to help you get to a better state.
What if there was a credit card where the reward was that new car smell and the freedom of the open road? A card that gave you that I'm 16 and just got my first car feeling. Presenting the Buy Power card from Capital One. Redeem earnings toward part or even all of a new Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, or Cadillac with no limits. So every time you use it, you're not just shopping for goods. You're shopping for something great. Learn more at buypowercard.com.
From restoring damage in just one room to an entire building. Turn to the cleanup team that's here in your community and here to help at 1-800-SERVE-PRO, like it never even happened.
Only Florida's Natural can bring you that straight from the Grove taste. Because Florida's Natural is the only major orange juice brand that's owned by growers and never imported. We bring that straight from the Grove taste from us, the orange juice growers.
Morning, ma'am.
To you, the orange juice lovers. And you can taste it in every glass. Florida's Natural. Great taste, naturally.
Welcome back, everyone. Did you know that a part of the Weather Channel team is actually one of the leading experts on lake effect snow? I'm talking about our very own Tom Nizzle.
And last year, he got a chance to team up with researchers as they looked at what causes lake effect snow and how it forms. It's called the OWLS Project. Here's Tom to explain all about it.
Temperatures in the single digits, 30+ mile-an-hour winds, wind chills of 30 to 40 below zero. While it sounds like hell for some, it's heaven for atmospheric research scientist Karen Kasiva.
What you're looking at here is a radar display of what's going on outside this radar. We're in the middle of a lake effect snow event.
Just north of Ellisburg, New York, Karen's research center is what's called a DOW, a Doppler on wheels. It's one of several mobile radars that gather data literally in the middle of the storm.
Why this radar? Why not use one of the National Weather Service radars that are located 50, 60, in some respects 100 miles away that look at the storms?
These storms have a lot of structure with them. They have a lot of vortices sometimes associated with them, a lot of localized winds, and we can see that with our radar, and we can see where that's happening. And the National Weather Service radars can't see that.
Karen is gathering data for a project called OWLS, or the Ontario Winter Lake Effect Snow. It's a $4 million project, and it involves dozens of scientists as well as students from 8 separate universities.
You know, one of the biggest challenges of predicting lake effect snows is their localized nature. Let me give you an example. Right here, we're looking behind us. The visibility is only a couple of hundred yards, but only 4 to 5 miles away, we've got clear skies out there. What the researchers hope to gain from the OWLS research project is to learn more about these small-scale events.
All right, let her rip. Other OWLS scientists are positioned right in the teeth of the snow band, measuring temperature, pressure, and humidity.
Heading right into that band. Go, baby.
By using balloons with a small radio transmitter attached.
The soundings that we launch can help forecasters learn more about what the conditions are like around the band, and that can help them know when the bands might shift and when they might intensify or weaken.
We're looking at the radars, we're looking at the winds, we're looking at the three-dimensional structure of these storms and how that relates to what's happening at the surface.
Add that to data from a University of Wyoming plane that flies into the lake effect snow bands to measure ice, water, and other particles.
We're actually being able to fly and sample those particles, which help us better understand how precipitation forms in these bands.
All that data is gathered and analyzed in the science building at the State University of New York at Oswego.
It's like an upside-down supercell almost. Yeah.
And what's it like to chase those bands? It can be a white knuckler when you catch up to one. In our next report, I'll join a top lake effect scientist to punch one of those bands and see the turmoil from the inside.
And we are going to go inside one of those lake effect snow bands coming up in the next hour. But right now, let's take a look at how lake effect snow actually occurs, especially right here around Lake Superior, Lake Michigan. And tonight, we've got Lakes Erie and Ontario really active out there. So we've got this Arctic air mass that's diving southward. It's going all the way down toward the Gulf Coast, as a matter of fact, and temperatures are way below average. But it's not just the temperature of the air, but it's also about the wind and the direction of the wind as well, as it moves over these relatively warm waters of the Great Lakes. I mean warm, talking temperatures in the 40s, even close to 50 degrees, but that's actually warmer than the air blowing directly over them. And you get that wind coming in from the west and northwest, actually helps to pick up some of that moisture off of those open bodies of water. And of course, with the warm water down below and the cold air up above, you get the instability and those snow showers that develop as that warm, moist air rises, hits the cold air, and then works its way downwind of the lakes and really piles up in some locations and reduces visibility too if you happen to be traveling through one of these snow squalls, because I'm talking about, you could be driving along and, have really good, clear visibility, and then all of a sudden you hit some of these snow bands and then you're down to maybe a quarter visibility or less than that. But right now we're seeing some rain being detected on the radar closer to the lakeshore itself, but then you get that colder air that's further inland, and that's where the snow is occurring right now across the Tug Hill Plateau and over toward the Adirondacks as well. Some of you could actually see better than 2 feet of snow, 18 to 24 inches in places like Lowville, New York, Watertown, Fort Drum. This is an area where the snow blowers are really going to come in handy for you. In fact, Watertown, New York, we could actually hear some thunder. Look at that. We actually have it in our forecast for tomorrow. 30 degrees for a high temperature with the thunder snow. Snow will continue into the morning hours of Wednesday. We get a little bit of a break before the snow resumes for you Thursday into Friday. Temperatures only in the mid-20s. Nick?
Well, Kelly, they've had a little bit of thunder snow around the Buffalo area this evening, and visibility not too bad, not too good, I should say. A quarter of a mile at the airport right now with some heavy snow and wind gusts above 30 miles per hour. Tough travel times ahead here throughout the night and into tomorrow morning.
It's easy to buy insurance and forget about it. But the more you learn about your coverage, the more gaps you might find. Like how you thought you were covered for this.
Check it out, Mom.
When you're really only covered for this. Or how you figured you're covered for this when you're actually paying for this.
Danger.
You might be surprised at what's hiding in your coverage. Talk to Farmers and get smarter about your insurance.
We are Farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Call 1-800-FARMERS and see how much you could save.
Everyone sees the same sky. But when we look up, we see something amazing. This winter, you've got to watch the Weather Channel mornings.
It's going to have wide-ranging impacts.
Winter storms are too important to cover in just a few minutes.
It's going to be brutal for a lot of people.
Because it's not just about your forecast.
That's why those temperatures stay cold.
Look at this.
Listen to that.
See this winter like never before. Amazing starts here. The Weather Channel mornings.
Currently in our area, 80 degrees under cloudy skies. Tonight, late night thunderstorms, low 71. Winds light and variable. Chance of rain 40%. Tuesday, cloudy with occasional rain showers, high 71. Chance of rain 60%. Tuesday night, showers early, low 59. Winds north at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Chance of rain 40%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
großartige Autos werden nur in Deutschland gebaut. So großartige Autos werden nur in Deutschland gebaut. So großartige Autos werden nur in Deutschland gebaut. Ach, verdammt! I said it 3 times and it's still not true.
Performance is now an American thing. Introducing the all-new Chrysler 200. America's import.
Let's get a head start on the holidays. Let's open something before Christmas. Not that. Those. And of course, a whole lot of these. Let's make merry, along with a few other things. Deck out that. Save all these. And spread more of this. That's how to holiday. Let's do this. More saving.
Mom and Dad told us they had just made their funeral and burial pre-arrangements. We thought they already had taken care of that. When we learned it was through Beth Israel and Eternal Light, we knew everything would be handled in the most caring and professional way. We realized it would be one of the most difficult days of our lives. It inspired my husband and me to make our own pre-arrangements so the burden wouldn't fall on our children when that day comes. It's not an easy thing to think about, but I'm so glad we did.
Hey, Matt, what's up?
Just looking over the company bills.
Is that what we pay for internet?
Yep, DSL's about $90 a month.
That's funny. For that price with Comcast Business, I think you get like 50 megabits.
Wow, that's fast.
Personally, I prefer slow internet. There is something about the sweet, meditative glow of a loading website.
Don't listen to the naysayer. Switch to Comcast Business today and get 50 megabits per second for $89.95. Comcast Business, built for business.
6603. For a free brochure, call 1-800-571-6603.
Every Sunday, a new tale of weather legend. American Supernatural, Sunday nights at 10 on the Weather Channel.
Time now for your winter weather update. I'm here in the lab with our storm specialist, Kim Cunningham, and we've got no shortage of winter weather, even though it's not even officially winter yet.
No, I think unofficially it's winter for a lot of people, Kelly, and hopefully everybody, locked in on that natural gas rate.
I know, right?
Because, oh my goodness. So we're going to talk about Winter Storm Bozeman and what happened with it and what we're seeing coming in behind that winter storm that has been the big story now here the last 12 hours and probably the next 48 hours as well. So we're going to take you through the timeline on this.
Starting out in the west?
Starting in the west, a little swirl. There you go, watch it. Come this way, and we're going to watch it move east. Okay, see all this? We're just following this off to the east. Clear that out. And there it is. All right, off the coast now, so we say goodbye to it. What's left, though, in its wake is this huge trough, and that's where we saw this Arctic air coming in behind it. So this is why we're seeing these brutally cold temperatures. We tapped into the Arctic air up to the north.
And snow as far south as Oklahoma, Texas, even Arkansas. It's amazing. Nick and I were showing that map that showed more than half the country covered in snow right now.
That's incredible, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, 50%, amazing. So Indianapolis looking at some snow today. Not as much as we got in Cincinnati. That looks like where we got some of the heavier snows, especially on the west side. We're in Cheviot. We picked up over 6 inches of snow, not too far from where my mom is. So she said, yeah, and it's been windy and just nasty today. Right now, it's 21 degrees in Cincinnati.
Burr, how do you measure it with the wind blowing, though?
That's right? What she said. It's probably
Very
more than that, but it's been blowing around, and especially lives up on this hill, so it's difficult, I'm sure. But we have temperatures already in the 11 degrees, almost in the single digits in Minneapolis. So, Kelly, it's going to continue to drop. But I think the winds will somewhat keep it not as cold as it could get. So that's the good thing about windy conditions in this type of scenario. It actually keeps the temperature up a little bit.
Still makes it feel colder when you step outside and you forget to cover up something. So
yes, and that's
don't
true.
be exposed.
That's right. You got to worry about the wind chill, okay, because it's what it's going to feel like to your exposed skin. Like you said, 6 below zero in Minneapolis, what it feels like. Cincinnati feels like 9 degrees. So it is a bitterly cold, I call it a winter night, because I'll tell you what, it's a winter night here.
This is remarkable. I mean, look at how many dots are on this map and how many record lows we could see tomorrow morning. This is crazy.
It's crazy. We're going to have a lot of tallying to do tomorrow. We've already had over 20 reports, right, of records already with this. So we're going to see a lot more since Sunday. And it doesn't end here. It's going to head to the East Coast as well for Wednesday. But these very impressive. 11 degrees in Fort Wayne. Macon, Georgia, 25 degrees. So it's all
that after severe weather today, by the way.
Yes, that's crazy. You see that a lot of times, like in the Northern Plains. You know, you get severe weather. Right.
and then we've got the blizzard, you know, somewhere going on.
So we're not seeing the snow or the blizzard here, but we're definitely seeing the cold temperatures. And coming with that cold temperature, we want to talk about lake effect snow, because that is such a huge story for some of you over the next 48 hours. And this picture says a lot.
This is really cool because this actually shows what it looks like when a lake effect snow squall is kind of encompassing Buffalo. It's almost scary to look at this, right? Because you can barely see in that thing.
I agree. And you know what? Invisibilities can go down to 0. You know, it's very dangerous. We get a lot of pileups on the Interstate 90 a lot of times being affected. And this you could see, if you are in this part of town, you're fine. You know, you've got a few clouds, but really that's it. So it really depends on where you are, where these bands set up. Very localized sometimes, Kelly. And we're going to see that with some of these bands here over the next 48 hours.
Because officially at the airport, I was reading Buffalo had maybe a little more than a ½ an inch.
Right.
But then you just get south of there, and that's where it really was piling up even more than that.
Right. So we're going to see that band, especially south towns. Eventually, we're going to get on some of the action here. So we're actually looking at the wind direction. That's very important to where these bands set up. And more of those westerly winds coming off of Lake Erie is going to tell the story for us in Buffalo of some lake effect snow in heavy amounts, and even thunder snow already being reported in Buffalo in the last hour. So very dynamic
close
system.
to Mike Bettis, by the way, where he's in Hamburg, just south of Buffalo. We were seeing the lightning on the radar, but he hasn't experienced it yet himself.
No, so he's
well, we don't want him
hoping
to get hit, by the way. We just want him to like hear the thunder. That's
right.
all. We should say
be
that.
in a safe place and be able to hear the thunder, and so it'd be always good. So we're hoping that for Mike anyway. At Cleveland, 18 degrees right now, Buffalo 28. So the cold air is moving through, Kelly, and we talk about the surface temperatures because that surface air is moving over those lake waters where temperatures are in the 40s.
Yeah, so
That's
you get
amazing.
the difference between the warmer waters and the air above them, and you get some really good snow bands that just happen to form over them.
That's absolutely right. And you know, this is one of those scenarios where you actually get in the water to warm up. Right?
I don't know if I get in water temperatures in the mid-40s, but you're right. It is warmer compared to the air above it, right?
So maybe for a little bit.
And then when you get out,
anyway.
the wind is hitting you too.
Yeah, so yeah, maybe you don't want to do that. All right, so looking at some of these bands, we're looking at the radar. We're going to put this into motion, and we're going to forecast out what some of these bands are going to do. And again, that one band at Buffalo right now will probably maybe shift farther south into the south towns, we're thinking. And then we're going to see probably a good 24 hours of this. And then we're going to catch a break on Wednesday, Kelly. And then it's going to come back again Wednesday night and Thursday. Before it's all done, though, some of these totals, incredible. Well over 2 feet in some cases.
There's that hot pink in the northern part of Michigan, and also watch out here in parts of New York State. We could see 2 feet as well.
That's right.
All right, Nick, over to you.
Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Yeah, it might be a little early to start singing, but Old Man Winter definitely here. Inch after inch of snow, record low temperatures, relentless Arctic air. Our live coverage of America's deep freeze continues right after your local on the 8s.
Currently in our area, 79 degrees under cloudy skies. Tonight, late night thunderstorms, low 71. Winds light and variable. Chance of rain 40%. Tuesday, cloudy with occasional rain showers, high 71. Chance of rain 60%. Tuesday night, showers early, low 59. Winds north at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Chance of rain 40%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
This is a Weather Channel special report, America's Deep Freeze. Our team is out in full force as we watch the relentless Arctic air mass push east, bringing the coldest temperatures we've seen so far this season.
Sending a shiver up your spine, right? We're also looking at the lake effect snow machine that's really kicked into high gear. This is going to last for quite a while. In fact, it's already causing some problems, some incidents on the roadways. Some places could see several inches of snow per hour as we go through the night.
And then there's been another problem. There have been tornadoes to talk about too. Several already confirmed. We're keeping a close eye on the radar for a chance for more storms tonight. We're covering it all for you from the Weather Channel headquarters in Atlanta.
You are watching a special edition of Weather Center Live.
And we thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Nick Walker.
And I'm Kelly Cass. If you're tuning in for the premiere of Secrets of the Earth, don't worry, you'll see it 1 hour from now. But in the meantime, stick around, because when we talk about relentless Arctic air, we are not kidding. We're talking all 50 states will see temperatures below freezing tonight. How's that for an early taste of winter?
Approximately 225 million people are going to see below freezing temperatures, and that continues a record-breaking week. Take a look at some of these statistics.
Yeah, our experts here at the Weather Channel keeping track of these things. We're talking about, look at that, 23 new records that we have seen so far. And how many states? How about almost a dozen? Just about 11 states have been affected so far, but we are expecting more record lows as you get up on your Tuesday morning. Here's Nick.
Yeah, this Arctic air is just relentless, and it's going to be invading the South big time here. Already we're beginning to feel it, even around Atlanta. Look at this statistic. Since 1878, only 9 years have had highs in the 30s on or before November 18th in Atlanta, and we're going to see that tomorrow. A high temperature of only 36 degrees, and then those temperatures are going to take a dive down into the low 20s during the nighttime. Record lows are going to be possible Wednesday morning, I should say, before things warm back up to the upper 40s. So we've got lots of freeze warnings, freeze watches, all throughout portions of the Deep South. This is the area where you need to make sure that your pipes are covered, maybe turned off, those outside faucets from the inside, and check your pets too. When you go out, don't leave them out for very long. It is really going to be frigid tonight. We're already down to 33 degrees in Atlanta. Memphis is at 31. We're at 27 in Nashville right now. The Titans playing in that cold with wind chills down into the teens. We're going to see much colder air invading from the north, southward, and those high temperatures, 15 to 30 degrees below average into midweek. Kelly?
Well, the lake effect snow machine is really cranking up now, and that's one reason why snow covers more than half the country right now, especially around the Northeast and the Midwest. Our own Mike Bettis started the day in Erie, Pennsylvania. Tonight, he's in Hamburg, New York, just south of Buffalo. Mike, we were looking at that radar with the snow and even some lightning showing up. Have you heard any thunder yet?
No, haven't heard any thunder yet. I was actually, believe it or not, and this is the luck, I was actually in our satellite truck grabbing a slice of pizza for dinner, and our cameraman Chuck says, "Hey, you missed the lightning." I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, it was right overhead. You missed it." I got to be honest with you. We are not here in Hamburg. We're just south of Buffalo. We are not that far from that really intense squall line, that really intense snow band. I mean, it's not but 3-4 miles from us, and really streaming up toward the Buffalo area. But we expect some of that to fill back in down to the south, and we'll get hammered here in Hamburg before all is said and done. Some lightning has even been detected on the radar over Lake Erie this evening. How much will we pick up? I mean, everyone is asking us that. They say, are we really going to get hit? I would say for sure, a foot of snow is a slam dunk in this region. There we go. There I saw some lightning just off in the distance, off to our southwest. There's some lightning. I got to tell you, easily there'll be some spots that pick up 2 feet or more of snow. Again, that radar is going to really be lighting up for us here, and even the plows are out, this evening going around the roundabouts that they put in here in Hamburg. So these guys are taking care of business, throwing down some salt on the salt spreader in behind. So they know what they're doing here. They're pre-treating these roads, and there's hardly anything on them, but it is getting slick. I got to show you this. We've had snow about a ½ inch on the sidewalk, but you walk on this, you pack it down, it becomes ice. I mean, Kim, look at this. I mean, I'm like the running man out here. This is a slip and fall accident just waiting to happen. So be careful out here on the sidewalks. Throw some salt down on the sidewalks, clear off that snow as best you can, and hold on. And make sure you hold on to those railings, because the last thing you want to do is take that spill that you don't want, for sure. Again, lots of snow coming our way. The winds will pick up, Kim, and I think that's really the thing that so many people are worried about. How much wind are we going to get? How much visibility is going to be reduced? How much is going to impact travel?
Yeah, it's going to be huge, especially the South towns, Mike. At least right now, we are looking at Buffalo. Not so bad as of the second, but it is going to get worse before the night is over with here in Buffalo. So right now, we're going to show you what it's looking like in the Buffalo area right after we show you this forecasted area. I wanted to show you this first because this is just amazing to me that we actually are showing a forecast in Erie, Pennsylvania that has the word thunder and snow in it together. We don't see that very often. That's how confident we are in this forecast for thunder snow. Again, we've seen it already here for folks in the Buffalo area near where Mike is. So we continue to see the same ingredients coming together to produce that over the next 24 to 48 hours. So we're going to see several cases of thunder snow. So if you haven't seen it or heard it, good chances are in the Buffalo area and maybe even around Erie that we're going to see some thunder snow with this. So right now we have a lot coming together, a lot of cold air coming in out of the Arctic, and a big dip in the jet stream right here, the big upper level low sitting right in this area here. So a lot of cold air coming south with this right over this area. So we have that cyclonic flow around this region. That's a perfect setup for lake effect snow, and especially coming in off of Lake Erie with those southwest winds, but also west winds off of Lake Michigan has meant some very heavy snow as well. Muskegon, by the way, heavy snow being reported right now and visibility is down. Cleveland, you're off the hook, at least for right now, at least the city itself, because the winds for you to get snow needs to be more from this direction, and it's just not happening. It's more this direction, and that is perfect for folks in Buffalo, and we're going to be sitting with this band of snow in Buffalo for quite a while. So there's actually a discussion out now that we could see maybe snowfall rates coming very soon into Buffalo, maybe 2 inches per hour. So if you're in Buffalo, get ready for this. Eventually, that band will shift a little farther south to where Mike is later on, but at least right now, Buffalo getting hammered with some snow right now and possibly even some thunder snow. So we continue with those southwest winds. That's not going to change. And not only are we seeing it here at the surface, but we're seeing it all the way through the atmosphere, through about 10,000 feet. Those winds somewhat unidirectional. That also helps keeps these bands in place and keeps them strong. So a lot coming together over the next couple of days. We will see a change, though, in wind direction by Wednesday afternoon. That's going to end the lake effect snow, but it will be coming back, looks like, into Thursday. Kelly?
All right, Kim, thanks so much. A wild weekend of weather, including some severe storms, has carried over into the start of a new week.
Take a look at this damage from Twiggs County, Georgia. A confirmed tornado was blamed for this. Up next, what we're tracking, and we'll be back with more of the winter weather as well in just a few minutes.
Apples are good. A Strongbow hard cider, better. But Strongbow over ice is the best. Enjoying Strongbow over ice with your slow-motion horse? The bestest. Strongbow, world's #1 hard cider.
I mean, for the year. Hi, sorry, just want to say, I bundled home and auto with State Farm, saved $760. Love this guy. So sorry.
Okay, does it bother anybody else that the mime is talking? Freaky!
Savings worth talking about. State Farm.
When he first joined the Army, I was very nervous.
We didn't know what they would have him doing. But Bobby always had a plan.
With unmatched training in over 150 careers beyond the battlefield, there are over 150 surprising ways to become Army strong. Talk to your son or daughter about opportunities in the Army.
Hard time, forgive it. Even harder, forget it. Before you do something.
Are we going to get them? Yes. I'm not talking to the CIA analyst. I want to hear from the woman who loved my son. I'm going to end their lives.
Katherine Heigl in State of Affairs premieres tonight after The Voice on NBC.
Currently in our area, 79 degrees under cloudy skies. Tonight, late night thunderstorms, low 71. Winds light and variable. Chance of rain 40%. Tuesday, cloudy with occasional rain showers, high 71. Chance of rain 60%. Tuesday night, showers early, low 59. Winds north at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Chance of rain 40%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Every Sunday, a new tale of weather legend. American Supernatural, Sunday nights at 10 on the Weather Channel.
Hey, I'm Stretch Armstrong. Remember how pumped you were when you got me for the holidays? Well, feel that excited again with the new Honda Accord during Happy Honda Days. It comes with a rear-view camera and Pandora compatibility. Nice. And just look at all this space. Yeah, I still got it. Get something you'll love at the Happy Honda Days sales event, where all 2015 models come standard with a rear-view camera.
Dad, I know I haven't said this often enough, but thank you.
Thank you, Mom, for protecting my future.
Thank you for being my hero and my dad.
Military families are uniquely thankful for many things. The legacy of USAA Auto Insurance could be one of them. If you're a current or former military member or their family, get an auto insurance quote and see why 92% of our members plan to stay for life.
Let's see what it looks like in Buffalo, New York right now, where we are getting some lake effect snow, and it's not as bad as we checked on you guys last hour. We can actually see some of the city behind you, and yet temperatures are just below the freezing mark. It's been windy, and we're going to continue to see the snow piling up, where lake effect snow warnings are in effect right through Wednesday.
You can see now.
Yes.
No guarantees here for the next
right.
minutes. And we are seeing that lake effect snow really kick into high gear. The snow event is just beginning. It's going to be long lasting, bringing us some impressive snowfall totals to places such as Erie.
That's right. That's where we find NBC meteorologist Dylan Dreyer tonight.
Record-setting cold is quickly sweeping the nation, bringing heavy snow and dangerous bitter cold. I'm freezing. High winds, even spawning 10 tornadoes in the south. More than 200 million Americans across all 50 states will suffer through temperatures at freezing or below tomorrow. Many already in the midst of it. Bad news for anyone trying to travel by air in hard-hit areas like Columbus, Ohio and Louisville, Kentucky, where crews spent the day de-icing planes and shoveling tarmacs. Treacherous ice-covered roads led to deadly crashes in Minneapolis and Indianapolis. At least 6 people killed this weekend. Dozens of spinouts and trucks off the road in Oklahoma. Sleet, fog, and plummeting temperatures will only make travel more difficult, like in Ohio, where the Weather Channel's Mike Seidel is.
Right now, it's easy to clean the snow off this windshield, but tonight the temperatures are going to plummet across the Midwest. A forecast tomorrow morning here of 9. That's a record low, and everything out here is going to turn into a solid sheet of ice.
On the banks of Lake Superior in Ashland, Wisconsin, ice is already forming, weeks ahead of schedule. In the south, 100-mile-per-hour winds and tornadoes tore through central Georgia, and an EF2 tornado hit the Florida Panhandle. Watches and warnings have residents on alert tonight as this massive system pushes east. Now, lake effect snow depends so much on the wind direction, and of course where that sets up will determine who gets most of the snow. But either way, downwind of the Great Lakes, we are looking at about 1 to 3 feet of snow to fall through Thursday. In the meantime, it's all about the cold air that's surging in for pretty much the rest of the country, and we will see the cold start to recede a bit by the time we get to the end of the week. In Erie, Pennsylvania, Dylan Dreyer, back to you.
All right, thanks, Dylan. Let's talk more about that colder air and where we're going to find it in the days to come. We'll certainly find it widespread here throughout the Midwest, the Plains, the Northeast, and the South tomorrow. And bear in mind, these are temperatures, not wind chills. It's going to feel like it's in the teens here in some of the morning hours, and probably colder than that here in Chicago and Minneapolis, maybe down into the single digits or below zero. More lake effect snow continuing here around the eastern lakes. Then the western lakes getting back into the picture here as we head on into your Wednesday. Clearer, but cold here toward the south, and those winds will be blowing. On Thursday, we'll begin to see a little bit of moisture coming into play here around portions of Texas, Louisiana. Still some snow left to fall here, with those temperatures coming back up to the 40s, at least above freezing in many areas around the Northeast. But we'll also find some snowfall here in the Sierra Nevada and into the northern Rockies as we head on into the latter part of the week. More rain on into Friday, more rain in the Northwest, more rain here around the Mississippi River Valley, and some cooler air infiltrating once again portions of the Midwest and the Northeast. Saturday, rainy times ahead here through much of the eastern half of the nation, at least the central part of the nation, the eastern half of the nation, precipitation. We'll eventually get it as we head on into your Sunday. Watch the snow fall here around the northern Rockies and the Cascades as we head into your weekend and even into Monday. Wet times ahead here in the Northeast. Kelly?
Well, still ahead, we are taking a closer look at the relentless Arctic air that's locked in place. America's deep freeze, it's headed for New York City. Today, temperatures were in the upper 40s, but tomorrow we're going to be stuck in the 30s. More on your forecast coming up next.
Be one with it, and it will be one with you. Be one with your tires, and the road will be one with you. Angle Tires.
See this? It shows the pressure points in my tired, achy feet.
I had no clue I was putting this kind of stress on my feet.
I have flat feet. I found this out at the free Dr. Scholl's Foot Mapping Center at Walmart. In less than 2 minutes, I got my foot map and my custom number. I'm a 440.
I'm a 210.
340.
That number matched the Dr. Scholl's custom fit orthotic inserts with just the right support to help relieve stress on my feet. I'm a believer.
Go to drscholl's.com for locations and save $10.
There it is. This is where I met your grandpa. Right under this tree.
Some things are worth holding on to.
They're hugging the tree.
That's why we got a Subaru.
Was it that tree?
Introducing the all-new Subaru Outback. Love, it's what makes a Subaru a Subaru.
This week on the Weather Channel mornings with winter weather in full effect, relentless cold has settled in across most of the nation. When will it let up and how will it affect your travel? And we reveal the top
2014, 2015, 2020.
That's right. Get January 2020 interest-free financing at Rooms to Go, along with big store-wide holiday savings in every department, including the new Sofia Vergara collection, plus 2020 interest-free financing.
That's a long time from now. Come see for yourself.
Imagine interest-free financing until January 2020.
Pretty amazing, right? Of course. It's Rooms to Go.
A ballpark flame grilled patty with the guys. Can it get any more American? Boom. Made with 100% beef, bold, juicy, ready in about a minute. Flame grilled freedom.
Eczema can just really put a damper on a lot of things. Constant itching and scratching. I'm not myself.
Gold Bond Eczema Relief Cream. Used daily, it's proven to relieve 5 frustrating symptoms of eczema.
Gold Bond Eczema Relief really works.
To TradeKing.com/free1000 today. TradeKing.com.
Every Sunday, a new tale of weather legend. American Supernatural, Sunday nights at 10 on the Weather Channel.
Stay tuned for your local on the 8s, brought to you by LL Bean. 100% satisfaction guaranteed and free shipping every day.
From I wonder what it is to you'll never guess. Everything we sell at LL Bean is backed by the same rock-solid guarantee of satisfaction. So while they keep guessing what's inside, you can rest assured that they can always take it back or replace it. That's just how we're made. LL Bean, guaranteed to please.
Currently in our area, 78 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, late night thunderstorms, low 71. Winds light and variable. Chance of rain 40%. Tuesday, cloudy with occasional rain showers. High 71. Chance of rain 60%. Tuesday night, showers early. Low 59. Winds north at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Chance of rain 40%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Everyone's complaining about this early taste of winter. Check this out. This is Piper Pippa, a Siberian Husky enjoying the snow in Plain City, Ohio. I like the name. Beautiful dog. And yeah, the snow looks beautiful, right? It's fun to play into, unless you have to travel in it. That's the only problem, because we did see some problems out there on some of the roadways, especially northwestern Pennsylvania. We had reports of cars sliding off the road into ditches. So please be careful, slow it down out there. And that snow is going to stick around for a while. We're going really low temperature-wise the next few mornings. In fact, Wednesday morning, this is where we're forecasting the lows to be, and we're talking about some records here. We're going to get down to 12 in Binghamton. How about 23 in New York City? That should be a new record for Central Park. 20 in Washington, D.C., even 17 in Roanoke, and 18 in Jackson, Kentucky. So yeah, the electric blanket's coming in handy, or at least add on another blanket, and certainly add on a few extra layers as you head outside to maybe shovel some of that lake effect snow. Temperatures in Buffalo right now are 28 degrees. Of course, it's a little gusty out there, making it feel colder. Right along the coast, it's actually not too bad. 48 is the high for the day in New York City. Your average high this time of the year is 53, and also Pittsburgh, yeah, 20 degrees right now. Your average high is 51 this time of the year. So that cold front is coming on through. We're going to tap much colder air that's working its way down from the Arctic. It's going all the way down south. So you thought it was cold already. So far, we have had a few blasts of cold air. This one is going to be significant, impacting more people, even down into northern Florida. We're likely to see those temperatures going below the freezing mark. So here's a look at tomorrow morning as you get up for work in New York City. 29 degrees, 35 in Boston for your low, but then you're going to go below freezing as we head towards Wednesday morning. 17 for a low in Buffalo, New York. And then again, Thursday still keeps it very cold across here in the Northeast. And you're going to be impressed by how far south the snow cover actually is right now. And here's Nick to explain.
Dallas, Texas, snowfall this time of year? Yeah, we've seen it. Widespread over much of the south central part of the country, and of course, all the way from the Rockies into the Northeast. This is the snow cover that we have right now. Compare that with what we had this time last year. There's hardly any comparison at all. We've got 4 times as much area around the 48 states here covered with snow.
I love this. NOAA actually put this out, 12.5% of the country with snow cover. Then you jump to this year, and we're talking about more than half, 50.4%. And in some cases, Nick, this snow cover is thick.
It is, and that's one of the things that's going to keep the temperatures a little colder too. The snow cover has a tendency to do that, and certainly we are seeing that here from Michigan. Lots of lake effect snow here around Grand Rapids, Kalamazoo, and that lake effect snow band really getting organized over Lake Erie as well.
Yeah, I mean, the water temperatures are still relatively warm, so they're still open for business. So that lake effect snow will continue to be a problem for us if we're traveling, but the winds are also making it feel colder too.
Here's the kind of temperatures we're talking about for the waters. 40s, even up to around 50 degrees there off of Lake Ontario. And consider the fact that the temperatures, the air temperatures, are 20, 25, maybe as much as 30 degrees colder than that.
And that's why we're getting the instability. The lake effect snow band's really setting up nicely. In fact, we're talking that hot pink area in northern Michigan. How about 18 to 24 inches? We're talking 2 feet of snow in places like Traverse City.
And we're going to see more of that even farther toward the east as well. Places here around Buffalo on into Syracuse and some of the mountain areas there of the Northeast as well. Already the snow is getting more organized here around the Buffalo area, and lightning and thunder is something that we've seen this evening, and that's going to enhance the snowfall.
Mike Bettis has seen the flashes of lightning from his location in Hamburg, which is just south of Buffalo. And here we go as we go through the next couple of days all the way through Thursday. Yeah, some of us could actually see up to 2 feet of snow or more in some locations.
And Lake Ontario, the temperatures coming down here around Watertown, and already we're beginning to see that snowfall. We're going to see a whole lot more where that came from, maybe as much as 2 feet and more through Thursday.
There you go, the tugs, I-81. That's going to be a rough ride over the next couple of days, so take it slow out there. Well, our storm specialist Kim Cunningham is actually up next with expert analysis as we track this relentless Arctic air.
Our special report, America's deep freeze, will make sure you know how to dress when you wake up tomorrow in those frigid temperatures.
So here's the story of Lancaster. The year is 1890. Milton Hershey has a killer recipe for caramel. Flash forward, Milton's recipe is reimagined into buttery, rich, smooth, surprisingly soft creams. It's Lancaster. It's caramel reimagined.
It's Ram commercial truck season. And if you want to build something ahead of its time, you'll need trucks that are ahead of the rest. Trucks with the best fuel economy, 28 mpg highway, the best towing, 30,000 pounds, best torque, 865 pound-feet, and the best payload, over 4,400 pounds. The complete lineup of Ram commercial vehicles is ready to help you start building tomorrow. Get a great deal during Ram commercial truck season.
Remember the hassle of vacuuming before the Dyson DC59 Motorhead? Before our direct drive cleaner head increased brush power to out-clean the 5 best-selling full-size vacuums across carpets and hard floors without the hassle of a cord.
At Pep Boys, we've got big holiday deals going on right now. Like a Touring 2-ton jack for only $10, or an electric Razor scooter for just $99. And when you buy 3 select tires, you get the 4th free instantly. Trust the boys to get you there.
What's going on with the calculator?
Trying to calculate all the drink combinations at Sonic.
Slushes and teas.
Hang on, now I'm getting a call. Hey!
That is not a phone, that's a calculator.
Yeah, dude, yeah, he's here.
Get any large drink for 99 cents before 10 a.m. This is how you Sonic.
Let's get a head start on the holidays. Let's open something before Christmas. Not that. Those. And of course, a whole lot of these. Let's make merry, along with a few other things. Deck out that. Save all these. And spread more of this. That's how to holiday. Let's do this. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Get a free tree storage bag when you buy any 7 to 10-foot artificial Christmas tree.
She inspires you. No question about that. But your erectile dysfunction? That could be a question of blood flow. Cialis Tadalafil for daily use helps you be ready anytime the moment's right. You can be more confident in your ability to be ready. And the same Cialis is the only daily ED tablet approved to treat ED and symptoms of BPH, like needing to go frequently or urgently. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions and medicines, and ask if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Do not take Cialis if you take nitrates for chest pain, as it may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Do not drink alcohol in excess. Side effects may include headache, upset stomach, delayed backache, or muscle ache. To avoid long-term injury, get medical help right away for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. If you have any sudden decrease or loss in hearing or vision, or any allergic reactions like rash, hives, swelling of the lips, tongue, or throat, or difficulty breathing or swallowing, stop taking Cialis and get medical help right away. Ask your doctor about Cialis for daily use and a free 30-tablet trial.
This week on the Weather Channel Mornings, with winter weather in full effect, relentless cold has settled in across most of the nation. When will it let up, and how will it affect your travel? And we reveal the top 5 airports with the most weather delays. Is yours on the list? Find out. Wake Up with Al and AMHQ this week on the Weather Channel Mornings.
Currently in our area, 78 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, late-night thunderstorms, low 71. Winds light and variable. Chance of rain, 40%. Tuesday, cloudy with occasional rain showers. High 71. Chance of rain, 60%. Tuesday night, showers early. Low 59. Winds north at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Chance of rain, 40%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Every Sunday, a new tale of weather legend. American Supernatural, Sunday nights at 10 on the Weather Channel.
Welcome back to America's Deep Freeze, a special report. I'm Nick Walker. A cold hat-wearing, coat-clutching, hot chocolate drinking kind of week we have going. To put things into perspective, parts of all 50 states will drop down below freezing tonight, and that means you'll have a frosty start to your morning. For more on this relentless Arctic air, let's turn things over to meteorologist Kelly Cass. Kelly?
And Nick, by all states, we mean even those higher elevations in Hawaii. They have very big mountains over there, and even northern Florida. Yeah, we're going to be seeing those temperatures below freezing in some areas. Even tomorrow night, it's going to be cold as well, where we do have freeze watches in effect in parts of the Sunshine State. But the heart of the cold is right here in the upper Midwest and parts of the Northeast. That's where it really feels the worst when you step outside. It's 12 in Green Bay right now, 12 in Chicago, 13 degrees in Des Moines. We're going to be checking in with Jay Gray in just a moment in St. Louis, where it's only 20 degrees right now. Even the slightest breeze makes it feel more uncomfortable. So thankfully the winds are dying down a bit, but we still have enough of a wind out there that this is what it feels like when you step outside. So make sure you cover up as much as possible. Your wind chill factor, -6 in Chicago, -6 in Green Bay. That's what you need to dress for and prepare for. So this very cold air, it's not stopping in the Midwest. It's going all the way down toward the south, as I mentioned, even into northern Florida and also into the Northeast as well. We're seeing those winds moving across those relatively warm waters of the Great Lakes, and that is also causing quite a bit of lake effect snow out there as well. So as you're shoveling, make sure you layer up as much as possible. It's going to stay cold right through this week. Nick, over to you.
And as you've come to count on, we're out in the middle of this first big lake effect snow slam of the season. Mike Bettis is in Hamburg, New York. That's south of Buffalo. And this is an area that obviously was well prepared for winter weather, but it looks like on the radar, Mike, that lake effect band is really becoming a lot more organized in your area.
Yeah, it really is. And now the snow is coming down, Nick, in a very big way. And this right here may be your best friend tomorrow. I've got to tell you, get the shovels ready because you're going to use it multiple times over the next couple of days. Make sure the snow blower is ready to go, your plow service, whatever you've got to do to keep the snow off your driveway, your sidewalk, do it because you're going to have a hard time keeping up with it. Snow's going to come down at this rate, if not heavier, for many, many hours tomorrow. It begins tonight in earnest, and we've already seen it with this snow band closer to the Buffalo area. Truly, we're right between here in Hamburg and Buffalo. That snow band has gone right between the two cities. Go figure, right? But now it's started to creep a little bit farther south into Hamburg, and so we're going to see some pretty good accumulation, we believe, overnight tonight. Now, as far as what the radar has been showing, it's been pretty much a west-southwest wind setting us up for that snow coming across the long fetch of Lake Erie. Cold temperatures, warm lakes, perfect recipe for snow. And probably 2+ feet of snow coming our way here over the next couple of days. Snow's in the forecast not only tonight, but tomorrow with thunder snow. We don't hardly ever put just plain old thunder snow in the forecast. Hardly ever happens. But we'll get building storms that produce lightning in them. And then we'll also have some opportunities for snow again on Wednesday, and then again on Thursday, and heavy accumulation, no question about it. And then to go along with that, some big-time wind that'll be biting, and then some bitter cold with afternoon highs staying below freezing and overnight lows in the teens, and we certainly are not alone in that regard. Let's talk about that icy cold weather gripping the nation. Let's check in with NBC's Jay Gray. He is in St. Louis this evening where, Jay, just like the rest of the world, St. Louis will be freezing and shivering, I'm sure.
Yeah, already, Mike. Great to talk to you. You're getting the snow dry here, but the temperature is just falling and falling, and we're not going to reach the bottom for a while. Look, we got 2 to 3 inches of snow in the area yesterday, overnight into the morning. A few flurries here today, but it didn't stick around. Still tonight, they'll see their coldest temperature of the year, and that's the same case for a lot of cities across the country tonight.
The bitter temperatures, brutal conditions, and battle against the elements continued overnight and into today.
This is a good wake-up call for this morning.
More than half the country waking up to snow on the ground. Kansas City is frozen solid. The water from this fountain still flowing, but quickly turns to ice. Kids and a few grown-ups are making tracks in Louisville, Kentucky, and while hillsides can be fun, it has been tough sledding for drivers. Accidents, litter, roadways, and highways. The elements are being blamed for at least 6 deaths across 4 states.
In just about every case, it started with a vehicle losing control on those icy roads.
Conditions that stretch from South Texas through the East Coast, and forecasters warn more ice and snow is on the way. Too much too soon for many who say they aren't ready to take on the elements this early in the season.
I'm not ready for winter.
Ready or not, it's here. For more than 100 million people across the country dealing with temperatures below freezing right now.
Yeah, including the people here in St. Louis, where the wind chill is already in the single digits and the temperature will continue to drop. Kim, Nick, back to you in that warm studio.
It is warmer.
It's actually a little too warm.
Oh, thanks so much, Jay. Appreciate it. Wow, cold temperatures. We got the lake effect snow. Kim Cunningham here in the lab watching the radar.
And it's really telling a big story, Nick. I mean, look at this. And you could actually, if you look at the radar, the blue indicating where the snow is falling, you could see the wind direction just by the way the returns are moving from west to east. So that's the way that, in general, the wind is blowing. And for a lot of us, that is a perfect trajectory or wind direction for us to get lake effect snow. So this is actually a great setup for this event. And Nick, I'll tell you what, some people will end up with maybe 2 to 3 feet of snow.
And largely due to the fact that the winds aren't going to change a whole lot here from this direction.
That's right.
Plus, we've got the warmer waters and the colder air.
And we've got the fetch. It's important to have enough lake water to move over to be able to get that to happen. And you need at least maybe about 60 miles or so of lake. And we definitely have enough of Lake Michigan, close to 80 or 90, somewhere in there. So we have a lot coming in off of Lake Michigan into southwestern lower Michigan. Muskegon, we've had some heavy snow being reported here, Nick.
And it's really starting to ramp up farther toward the east, particularly along Lake Erie here.
And this is impressive too, because if you look at where this band begins, way over here in the western part of the lake, and we're going over 200 miles all the way up into Buffalo. So it has definitely formed. We now have a lake effect band in the Buffalo area. Then what we're noticing now, though, and it actually was forecast to happen too, was it to drift from the downtown area southward to the south towns. And that's what we're seeing here tonight. So it looks like the northern part of Buffalo, we're not seeing anything at all. You go maybe, 20 miles or so, and you are in the snow.
And that's why that's why we put Mike Bettis there.
Exactly.
And he's going to have plenty of snow, we think, probably by the morning shows tomorrow.
Right. So we are looking at maybe some cases, maybe 2 to 3 inches per hour setting up, and maybe happening very soon here just in the south towns here in the Buffalo area. So the setup, what we have going on, we talk about those sea surface temperatures, but we're looking live right now at Buffalo, and maybe just look for some lightning out there.
Yeah, I think
we had some earlier. But we're looking at lake water temperatures in the 40s, up near 50 degrees. And you know, the Arctic air that moved over it, temperatures are in the 20s and teens right now. But it's important to have that temperature difference from the lake surface in the 40s to when you go up about 5,000 feet, there has to be a difference somewhere around 23 degrees Fahrenheit or so. And we definitely have that for sure. And then we also need wind direction to be correct to get these bands set up, and not a lot of shear, meaning the wind direction can't change, no more than 60 degrees to get any kind of lake effect. It's got to be less than that. In this case, we've got the southwest winds to the surface, but you go up about 5,000 feet. We turn a little bit more westerly, but maybe around less than 30 degrees. And when you have that little bit of shear, 30 degrees and less, you can get significant lake effect band setting up, and that's exactly what we're going to see over the next 24 hours. We're not going to see much change in the wind direction through the atmosphere.
A lot of rising air, rising quickly, and causing those convective thunderstorms.
Right, and we're going to show you this, Nick, over the next couple days, how the wind direction stays the same all the way through tomorrow afternoon. There will be a change, though, Wednesday. More southerly winds coming in, and that is going to end the lake effect snow temporarily till the next shot of cold air comes in on Thursday.
Temporarily. Yeah. 2 feet or more before that happens.
That's right.
Yeah, all right. We send it back to Kelly down in the studio.
And we're going to have much more on the significant lake effect snow event in the making.
Currently in our area, 77 degrees under cloudy skies. Tonight, cloudy intervals, low 71, winds light and variable. Tuesday, overcast with rain showers at times, high 72, chance of rain 60%. Tuesday night, showers early, low 58, winds north at 10 to 20 miles per hour, chance of rain 50%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Dear Willie, thanks for
for protecting us from trash cans and chair legs and helping us appreciate your enthusiasm.
This holiday season, give thanks to the pets who inspire you. At PetSmart, save up to 20% on select specialty pet habitats and essentials. PetSmart.
This man has an accomplished research and analytical group at his disposal. But even more impressive is how he puts it to work for his clients.
Morning. Morning.
Thanks for meeting so early.
Oh, it's not a big deal at all. Come on in.
It's how Edward Jones makes sense of investing.
Apples are good. As Strongbow hard cider, better. But Strongbow over ice is the best. Enjoying Strongbow over ice with your slow motion horse, the bestest. Strongbow, world's #1 hard cider.
Maybe you didn't know, people with the flu can spread it up to 6 feet away. Or that flu can make chronic conditions worse. Or that experts say anyone who lives or works with infants should be vaccinated. Maybe you didn't know all the stuff your Rite Aid pharmacist knew the whole time. But maybe, since you already went and got your flu shot at Rite Aid without hassle or appointment, maybe you didn't need to know any of that. Rite Aid. With us, it's personal.
Oh, no.
Who are you?
Daddy, this is Blair. He booked this room with Priceline Express deals and saved a ton.
I got everything I wanted. I always do. You seem nice.
Andrew, Rita, Sandy. Meet Chris, Jackie, Joe. Minor damage or major disaster. When you need us most, we're there. State Farm. We're a force of nature, too.
At Planners, we know how to throw a remarkable holiday party. Just serve classy snacks and be a gracious host, no matter who shows
up. Do you like nuts?
What if there was a credit card where the reward was that new car smell and the freedom of the open road? A card that gave you that I'm 16 and just got my first car feeling. Presenting the Buy Power card from Capital One. Redeem earnings toward part or even all of a new Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, or Cadillac with no limits. So every time you use it, you're not just shopping for goods. You're shopping for something great. Learn more at buypowercard.com.
From residential to commercial, from large loss to emergency response. Whenever damage strikes, call on the cleanup team that's faster to any size disaster at 1-800-SERVE-PRO, like it never even happened.
Welcome back. You know, most people know that storm chasers go after tornadoes and hurricanes, but lake effect snow bands?
Yeah, last year, our winter weather expert Tom Nizzle joined scientists in western New York to brave the wind, the frigid air, and the snow to plunge straight into one snow band, all in the interest of science.
As bitterly cold winds dumped blinding snow downwind of Lake Ontario, researchers were keeping watchful eyes on the storm from inside a Doppler radar on wheels.
What I see is a lot of winds coming very strongly from southwest of our radar location.
From the University of Wyoming Plain.
I mean, literally, we're getting snapshots of the kinds of particles inside these clouds.
From a weather balloon equipped with electronic instruments. While this huge research project called OWLS was analyzed by computer,
those vortices are causing these little hooks of weaker reflectivity coming in.
Veteran snow researcher Bob Ballantyne and I got ready to drive north and do what we call punching one of the lake effect bands. Okay, boys, we're ready to roll. At first, things are pretty calm, but as we head further north into it, snow crystals, to me, look like they're changing. They're getting bigger now. They're getting bigger. Definitely getting bigger. And the wind is really blowing here. You can see you almost get into whiteout conditions. And now we are definitely in the heart of the band. We're just going to kind of take it easy now. We're definitely down, to me, it looks like a quarter. Yeah, maybe not even that. And I would venture a guess that it's not all that windy out there right now. This stuff is just...
Yeah, trees aren't moving much at all, tree limbs.
Well, this is what we expected with a shift in wind today to push this band north. The radar showed it, and the computer models all had a really good handle on this, didn't they?
Yeah, I think so, and this time at least.
More data helps those computer models produce more accurate forecasts. Researching lake effect storms is similar to other research associated with warmer weather.
Same Doppler radars are used for tornado chasing.
The difference here is rather than chasing the tornado, those radars we set them up and let the band come to them. The OWLS project is going to provide a lot of information and data that is going to help us understand these snowstorms a little bit better. It's also going to help us to forecast them better, and those forecasts are going to lead to better preparedness and action by the public. It will also help those who live far from the Great Lakes.
This study is going to give us insight not only into lake effect snow, but how energy gets transferred between the water and between the land and the air. That happens over the whole planet.
And while storms like these aren't the easiest to live with, better forecasts can make a big difference.
If weathercasters could tell us better the exact locations, we could plan whether we want to get out of town for a few days or stay here and deal with it.
In Oswego, New York, I'm winter weather expert Tom Nizzle for the Weather Channel.
Do you see the snow just accumulating on his face, including his eyebrows out there? Yeah, that snow is going sideways for a while. We've got some gusty winds. The lake effect snow will continue to pile up downwind of the Great Lakes. Of course, we've been tracking this Arctic air mass diving all the way down toward the south. And with that cold air, we're seeing the winds blowing over the relatively warmer waters of the Great Lakes. And that really sets us up for those lake effect snow bands, which can really reduce visibility and cause some hazardous driving conditions as well. Here's how it works. You get those winds coming in from, say, the west or northwest, and it picks up that moisture right off the lakes that are open for business this time of the year. Typically, as we get deeper into the winter months, you get a lot of ice that forms over the lakes, especially Erie, and then you don't tend to see as much lake effect snow. But this time of the year, yeah, those temperatures are still pretty warm. You got that cold air blowing over the warmer water, and that creates the instability, and you get that warm, moist air rising, and then, of course, the wind sends it into the colder air mass, especially over the inland areas, because right now, right along the lakeshore, we are seeing some rain at times. It's just not quite there yet. But those snow squalls, when they do develop, we're talking about reduced visibility in a short amount of time. You could be driving along and have blue skies overhead, and then you hit one of these lake effect snow bands, and your visibility reduces to near zero in some cases. So definitely be careful traveling. As I mentioned, you're seeing mainly rain right along the immediate lakeshore, not too far from Watertown. That's where your rain snow line is. But then you get into that deeper, thick layer of cold air, and it's all snow reaching into the Tugs and on into the Adirondacks as well. We're going to be talking more than 2 feet of snow. You're going to be digging out here in Watertown and Lowville, New York. Parts of the Adirondacks seeing more than a foot of snow as well. The snow blowers might come in more handy for you than the shovels. And Watertown, what an interesting forecast for you. We are forecasting thunder snow for the day tomorrow with your high of only 30 degrees. Morning snows on Wednesday, and then the lake effect snow resumes Thursday into Friday. Nick, over to you.
All right, let's take a live look at Buffalo right now, where the snow has tapered off a little bit, moving southward in a very narrow band. The winds still gusting up above 20 miles per hour, and temperatures continuing to come down 28 degrees right now.
We are the Saunders, and we're new to the Pacific Northwest. The rain, the mud, but bam, it's there. The outside comes in. It's kind of nasty, so you start the towel mop shuffle. Where are you, son? Oh, wow, it's a Swiffer wet jet. This puts my towel mopping to shame. Ugh. Sunshine is overrated. Now we can get messy.
Golf's past 2 decades have been the most unique in the history of the game. Now, in a commemorative edition, Golf Channel chronicles the icons, the moments, and the trends that will influence the game for decades to come. Just in time for the holiday season, the Golf Book is the perfect gift for every golfer on your list. Order yours today at golfchannel.com/thegolfbook.
Currently in our area, 77 degrees under cloudy skies. tonight. Cloudy intervals, low 71. Winds light and variable. Tuesday, overcast with rain showers at times. High 72. Chance of rain 60%. Tuesday night, showers early, low 58. Winds north at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Chance of rain 50%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
To the day we got our first Prius. Sometimes the most daring ideas are the ones you can count on the most. The Prius. Toyota, let's go places.
With Crizal No Glare lenses, neither water, nor scratch, nor smudge, nor glare of night can keep you from the clearest vision possible. And Crizal has ESPF 25 to protect your eyes from the damaging rays of the sun. Crizal. Live life in the clear.
Discover card. I just received a text from Discover HQ.
Yep, we check every purchase every day and alert you if anything looks suspicious.
Nice. I'm looking into...
Hey, Matt, what's up?
Just looking over the company bills.
Is that what we pay for internet?
Yep, DSL's about $90 a month.
That's funny. For that price with Comcast Business, I think you get like 50 megabits.
Wow, that's fast.
Personally, I prefer slow internet. There is something about the sweet, meditative glow of a loading website.
Don't listen to the naysayer. Switch to Comcast Business today and get 50 megabits per second for $89.95. Comcast Business, built for business.
What are your neighbors doing?
Oh, are they gyrating?
Yeah?
Yeah. That's the no rain dance. They don't have Xfinity, so bad weather interferes with their satellite service.
The no rain dance. Wow.
You should see them on game days.
Looks like fun.
It's not.
Don't settle for outdated satellite. Get reliable TV service rain or shine with Xfinity.
They would take better care of her. Always.
Protect what matters. Get flood insurance.
Every Sunday, a new tale of weather legend. American Supernatural. Sunday nights at 10 on the Weather Channel.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm in the lab now with our storm specialist, Kim Cunningham, and we're looking at the Arctic air that has really settled in the wake of Winter Storm Bozeman. This has been quite a November already.
It has. I mean, it's definitely much different than a year ago. You know, a lot of us can attest to that for sure, especially when you get your heating bill, I think, when you compare it to last November. So we're going to track this, and we're going to show you this because this is going to come through. Okay, oh, there we go. I do have I got the wrong way. I'll have to scratch this thing. Anyway, we're watching it move off the coast, but in its wake, we've got this deep trough, Kelly, and this on our water vapor imagery. You can really see it outlined here, and that has really taken over a lot of the country, and that's why we're seeing these terrible lows. I mean,
it looks
ridiculous.
and feels more like winter. Winter hasn't even officially started yet, but it might as well be. I mean, we're looking out the window, and we're seeing snow cover on the ground as far south as Texas and Arkansas.
I know, that's really amazing, isn't it? And we're seeing it into western Kentucky. Cincinnati gets snowfall this early in the season is somewhat unusual, and especially to see this much, 5 to 8 inches. And Cheviot, Ohio, picking up over 6 inches on the west side of town. And we've seen some of these cities actually breaking records, including in Springfield and Dallas with a trace of snow.
Yeah, and it's funny. It doesn't take much snow to break a record because we are so early in the season.
That's right. Absolutely. All right, so we say goodbye to Bozeman. We're going to now talk about what's in the wake of this with all that cold air and what it means as far as lake effect snow too. But starting out with these temperatures, Kelly, I mean, we're seeing temperatures staying in the teens, but you know, we started out in some of these cities in the 30s. So we're seeing some big temperature drops, 20 degrees in Cincinnati right now, St. Louis at 19 degrees.
And even just a little bit of wind is going to make it feel more uncomfortable out there. We're feeling it for sure in places like Chicago and Minneapolis.
Yeah, so single digits to below zero, very dangerous. You know, so we urge folks, we talk about this all the time, Kelly, make sure you have a winter survival kit with you when you travel travel this time of the year. Very important. Let's say you get a flat tire in the Chicago area. You're going to be dealing with 4 below zero. What it feels like when you're out there changing that tire. I wouldn't want to be doing that.
You have plenty of gas in the vehicle as well, because you want to warm up the car first of all early in the morning, but you don't want to run out of gas eventually, and then you're running on fumes, and that's not good for your engine either. But yeah, we're talking about record lows all the way down. Looks like New Orleans, all the way down toward the Gulf Coast, perhaps Tuesday morning.
Yeah, that's incredible. So we're expecting temperatures for the 50 states. Somewhere in all the states, temperatures will somewhere be 32 degrees or below zero. I mean, below 32.
So
below
not
freezing.
just not just below average,
Right.
but we're talking about records never before seen, since records have been kept in a lot of these towns and cities. So yeah, Tuesday morning it's going to be freezing out there, literally.
It's really, and we're going to see temperatures dropping, and with that, of course, when you see those cold temperatures over the warm lake waters, you think about lake effect. And definitely here in Buffalo, we are very familiar with lake effect snow, but maybe folks at home who aren't familiar with lake effect snow, don't live in Buffalo, I have no idea what we're looking at here, Kelly. And I know you're familiar because you're from New York.
Absolutely. I mean, it almost looks like a haboob or a dust storm that moves across the southwest, but this is actually snow that we're looking at, and the clouds hanging way down to the ground and very bad visibility. And Kim, I love where you're standing. It's actually clear. You could be driving along and then all of a sudden, bam, hit this wall of snow basically.
Right. It'd be very dangerous. And that's why we get the pileups on the interstates, because folks are driving, they don't realize this is what's happening, and they're in zero visibility, so very dangerous. And we're going to see this kind of setup in the Buffalo area. Already seeing it now, as a matter of fact. So we're looking at the radar, Kelly, and already these bands setting up off of Lake Michigan, especially with those west winds here, but also southwest winds right up through Lake Erie. Starting to see these bands trying to set up off of Ontario. Eventually, we will get a lot of that snow here for the Tug Hill Plateau. But I'll tell you what, Buffalo, especially the south towns, now that band is beginning to come into the south towns.
I think Mike Bettis is positioned pretty well. He's in Hamburg, just south of Buffalo, and we may even see a little bit of thunder snow out of this. In fact, we're taking a live look at Buffalo right now, and Kim, you're right. It looks like the band has moved a little bit more south of Buffalo because we're seeing better visibility in that particular vantage point.
Excellent. That's right. And as you look at the radar now, you could see the last couple of hours what's happened. We started out with the band over the Buffalo area. We had some thunder snow as well, but now it has shifted south. Now it's out of the downtown area, has now shifted to the south town area. So now we're starting to see that set up. We could see snowfall rates, Kelly, with this setting up like this, probably maybe 2 inches per hour. So we are in it now, and we're going to see maybe some thunder snow with this as well.
All right, and again, the temperatures are definitely cold enough to provide us with the snowfall, and of course the water temperatures are still relatively warm.
40s. I mean, that's incredible. I really think if you have to jump in the water, you can get much warmer. But the reason we show you this is because that's what lake effect is all about. The difference between the lake water and then through the atmosphere, the temperature there. It has to be at least 23 degrees from the lake waters all the way up to about 5,000 feet, typically about 23 degrees Fahrenheit or so change. So we're seeing that for sure with temperatures around 5,000 feet. We're talking about 5 degrees. So
just enough instability.
Definitely.
You may actually hear that clap of thunder along with the heavy snow. And looking at this particular model, Kim, it looks like it's just going to go on and on. Places like Grand Rapids here.
Yeah, and we've seen a lot of snow, Muskegon all the way to Grand Rapids. This whole area is going to be set up for some decent lake effect, maybe up to 2 feet. And then look at this band here, especially the south towns, as we mentioned, getting crushed, I think, with snow. Maybe 3 feet. I wouldn't rule it out.
All right, snow blowers, maybe not just the snow shovels.
How about plows?
Yeah, there you go. All right, Nick, over to you.
Thanks, Kelly. Thanks, Kim. Well, that is America's Deep Freeze, a special report. We have one more thing to tell you about tonight coming up after your local on the 8s. We're looking at Buffalo, looking a little better right now.
Currently in our area, 76 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, cloudy intervals, low 71, winds light and variable. Tuesday, overcast with rain showers at times. High 72. Chance of rain 60%. Tuesday night, showers early. Low 58. Winds north at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Chance of rain 50%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
One more thing to tell you about before we bring you Secrets of the Earth. We are still in a deep freeze and will be for the next few days with more snow really getting organized coming into the Buffalo area, particularly south of town, and it is still coming down here around Grand Rapids and Kalamazoo. We're going to see 12 to 18 inches here in portions of Michigan, maybe as much as 2 feet there in the northern parts of lower Michigan, lesser amounts to the south and toward the east. But it is going to be building here around Buffalo as well as areas back toward Cleveland, although the trajectory is such that this fetch is right from a southwesterly direction headed into the Buffalo area. So it's between Erie and Buffalo that we're likely to see the most accumulation, 18 to 24 inches through Thursday, lesser amounts as you move toward the south. Watertown still above freezing right now. It's rain for you, but turning to snow, and we could pile up 2 feet of snowfall there. Now, Secrets of the Earth here on the Weather Channel.
We have uncovered a remarkable planet, a world of extreme weather, alien landscapes, and bizarre phenomena. It's the most complex system we know of in the universe. That planet is Earth, and we are only beginning to unlock its secrets. They may have delivered life to Earth, but now have the power to destroy it. They've injured people, flattened forests, and once killed most living things on the planet.
This is far more than all of the world's arsenal of nuclear weapons put in one place at one time.
And their wrath is far from over. Some of the cosmic intruders aren't even extraterrestrial. There's over 1,000 tons of man-made space junk that could spell doom to a city.
It's not a question of if, it's a question of when we get hit.
The menacing objects that fall from space. Mount Lemmon Observatory, Tucson, Arizona, December 31st, 2013, 11:18 p.m. Astronomers have no idea that the new year would begin with a literal bang. A suspicious object is observed, streaking across the equatorial constellation of Orion. The space intruder is only 300,000 miles away and screaming towards Earth.
It was briefly observed for only about 70 minutes. 7 measurements were obtained, which is the bare minimum, really, to get a decent orbit solution.
The sparse information is sent to a member of a CSI-like team of asteroid hunters at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory in Pasadena, California.
All we know is what the telescopes can see, which is very little information about how far away it is along the line of sight and how it's moving towards us or away from us. So we statistically explored the range of possible orbits where this could be.
Astronomers determine it's an asteroid moving at 7.5 miles per second. They estimate it will crash land somewhere on Earth. But the question is, where and when?
It's going to hit the Earth somewhere on this long strip across the Africa, Atlantic, and South America. I found that the range of possible impact times was several hours long, possibly already in the past or possibly sometime in the next several hours.
Almost 24 hours pass and still no sign of the asteroid. So scientists turned to a clandestine piece of technology. A global network of infrasound monitoring stations used by the Comprehensive Nuclear Test Ban Treaty Organization.
The array of infrasound detectors that we have spread around the planet are essentially just very sensitive microphones for measuring very low frequency sounds that are produced by explosive events in the atmosphere. These were put up obviously for detecting the detonation of nuclear explosives, so we can keep an eye on our neighbors, so to speak. But also asteroid impacts as well.
The infrasound specialists immediately went to their data, and I was contacted by some of these specialists and asked what I knew and where I thought it had hit, and they told me where they thought the event had occurred, and I put them all together, and they had matched perfectly.
The rogue space rock triggers weak acoustic detections at 3 infrasound stations. Scientists pinpoint where the 3 infrasound waves intersect, and the secret is revealed. On January 1st, 2014, at 11:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, an asteroid the size of a small car smacked into the Earth's atmosphere and exploded above the Atlantic Ocean, 1,900 miles east of Caracas, Venezuela.
The intersection occurred right on top of the track where I predicted it should have landed, and so we were all confident that this was a consistent detection.
There's no loss of life on the planet because the energy and debris from the impact disperses over the ocean. But planet Earth may not be so lucky the next time. The infrasound detectors expose another shocking secret. Between 2000 and 2013, there were 26 explosions on Earth.